Najee, 7 carries, 22 yards. Coach T has already said, Damien, that Najee's going to play in all 4 preseason games for them. What's your early look at him?
Listen, I mean, a limited amount of work. You saw some of the skill set that Najee Harris brought from the University of Alabama. He's a big, strong, powerful back. We saw that in the few touches that he had. We also saw some of the speed that he has. He was able to turn the corner a couple times on a couple of those rushes. So, you know, listen, Najee Harris is going to be such a huge part of that offense because they had no semblance of a running game last year. And now with that rebuilt offensive line, they're going to need Najee Harris to play a big part in helping Big Ben to kind of rejuvenate this offense.
Yeah, Damien's right. It's so hard to know what to take away from a game like this where you've got Najee, but he's running not only on limited practice behind a backup offensive line. The rookie Kendrick Green center might get a chance to start. But aside from that, it's like, how do you really evaluate him? Well, you look at how he's moving, you look at his instincts, you look at his vision, and then you look at how he's being utilized. What I thought was really fascinating about this game is not only our first glimpse at some of these players, it's our first glimpse at new offensive coordinator Matt Canada in action. You saw a lot of the things he brought to college in terms of the misdirection, the pre-snap motion, the jet sweeps, the things that will help Najee because they'll get defenders out of their run fits. You also saw, notably, a lot of play action. And Steve, you remember this last year, the Steelers ranked last in the NFL in play action. This has been a staple of the Ben Roethlisberger era. So watching last night, I wasn't just watching the players, I was watching some of the play calling and thinking, okay, well, what's going to happen when Roethlisberger is in here? Is he going to be content or is he going to go along with all of this pre-snap motion and play action? That is an open question, but that's something that I think is going to determine whether or not the Steelers are successful on offense this season.
Speaking of their offense, we got to get to the quarterback position. Kimberly, I thought this was interesting. Joe Buck made the point on the broadcast that the Cowboys' backup quarterback might not be on the roster right now. What about the Steelers at the backup quarterback position?
Yeah, Steve, watching that game, it made me think, what is the succession plan at QB once Ben is gone? Because the Steelers had an opportunity to hit reset in the offseason at QB. They did not. They chose to ride it out with Ben this year. They haven't closed the door on Ben not being here in 2022 either. I think if you're a Steelers fan, it's hard to get excited when you see Mason Rudolph fumble the ball earlier. You see a guy like Dwayne Haskins who has obvious potential and obvious talent, but there are obvious issues with maturity and decision making. So when you look at this offense outside of Ben, you just wonder, what is the future here? So that's what I'm interested to see going forward.
Yeah, I was wondering about this too, Kimberly, last night, because not only are you looking to the future, but frankly, given Ben Roethlisberger's injury history, it's more likely than not that one of those 3 quarterbacks is going to have to play at some point this season. I thought Haskins and Dobbs outplayed Rudolph. Now, again, we're talking about, are you playing second stringers? Are you playing third stringers? But I thought Haskins in particular did a really good job of going through his reads when he had to, anticipating the blitz, getting to his checkdowns, just keeping the chains moving. You know, again, he's clearly playing behind backups against backups, but I did think he demonstrated a down-to-down consistency that you're going to want to see in a backup.
And I know for me, as it relates to the Dallas Cowboys, the one thing that stood out was Dak Prescott has to be healthy because the backup situation in Dallas, I'm concerned about Dak Prescott's injury because there's nothing behind him. He has to be healthy, and the fact that the team shut Dak Prescott down, and we know the Dallas Cowboys have probably the best trio of wide receivers in the National Football League, but he's missing valuable reps right now coming back from the shoulder injury. So, you know, we're going to see, are they going to be in sync come week 1? That's going to be the real question for the Dallas Cowboys.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.